Cool. Your brother's ex-girlfriend's neighbor's best friend is also single. I'm good, thanks. I'm good.
Today on the podcast, we are featuring the Edmonton, Alberta-based artist Mackenzie Dayle. Learn more about her and listen to her track, I'm Good, Thanks. Welcome to the Eat, Sleep, Breathe Music podcast, where we talk all things music. I'm your host, Jeanette Kinzel, music blogger and enthusiast. Let's get started with today's episode. Hey everyone, welcome to the Eat, Sleep, Breathe Music podcast. I'm your host, Jeanette Kinzel. For those of you just joining us, this is the podcast where I talk about different musicians and how their music affects me, and then play a track for you to listen to. And if you're so inclined, you can definitely let us know your opinion as well. I'll have a note later in the show to give you information on where you can give us your comments as well as any thoughts you have on the musician and the track. So today I am talking about Mackenzie Dayle, and I think that's how you say her name. It's Dayle. So she is a Edmonton, Alberta-based artist, which is up in Canada. And I had never heard about her before getting the information in my email box, and I was really excited. This song I think's been out for a while, but I've just kind of hadn't had a chance to kind of get to the track yet. But I was really excited when I listened to this song. Even just the beginning notes were kind of like, oh wow, this is fun and exciting. And I am a kind of a sucker for like pop music sometimes. I would say at the root of my musical likes, pop music is definitely something I gravitate towards too. I think it may have all started back in the 80s when I was a little kid listening to Madonna and New Kids on the Block and all the pop music that was out there. So there was something about this track, I think also like the sassiness of it and the kind of like attitude of the music and the lyrics that just really kind of drew me in, because instantly with like a couple of seconds I was like, oh wow, this is going to be a fun track. But so let me give you a little bit of information on Mackenzie Dayle. She's been doing music since about 2012. It looks like she started back in 2012. It looks like she had her first CD out, which was called "Give Me Some Action," and she had a couple singles featured on some North American radio stations. And then last year, 2020, she had another song that came out that was called Cut You Out, which was the debut single following up the other album. I listened to Cut You Out too, and I was digging that track as well. According to her bio, she is a singer, songwriter, and dancer, and has been performing on stage for large audiences since the age of 5. She said she likes to experiment in all aspects of her music and works to be original and creative artist. She really craves and thrives on creativity and being different. She also talks about promoting a celebration of individuality and is a role model for self-love and empowerment in people of all ages. I think she had also, I saw in her bio, she had embarked on 2 different anti-bullying school tours, which were across Canada, basically empowering and encouraging youth to love themselves and treat others with kindness. And in the spirit of self-love, the song I'm Good, Thanks is it's a love letter to oneself. It shows how the most important relationship you have is with yourself. It talks about like learning how to be single and being alone is important. And according to Dayle, she said that it helps you take the time to work on the most important epic relationship you'll ever have, the one with yourself. It seems like the inspiration for this track also came from the ridicule and stigma attached to being single. She was talking about how she sat down with like people who had experienced this ridicule, and just kind of like people are always like telling someone that they shouldn't be single, and then they made a song about basically poking fun at the people who are like trying to fix them or fix that single person. Dayle also said she wanted a song that empowers listeners to stay single as long as it feels good for them. She also has talked about how she reflected on past relationships which was very important for growth and kind of knowing what you want as a person. It seems like for her, being single helped her kind of get to know herself more and understand like what she was really looking for. It also is important to kind of note the song is really no way pitting single people against like taken people and vice versa. Instead she's just kind of putting it out there that like, taking the time to be single so you have your, you can get to know yourself and you can have a healthy relationship with yourself and you can become confident. And basically when you do decide to settle down, you can make better choices and really know like what you want out of a relationship. So it's kind of an empowering song. It's just offering something for all listeners. So, if you're someone who is just kind of into like listening to music, not necessarily taking in the lyrics, it's got something for that person. If you discredit the lyrics and don't really listen to lyrics, that's kind of how I used to be a lot of the times. I would just listen to the music and be really into like the beats and the melodies, and I would never really like listen to the lyrics, but I've just kind of been starting to do that more and more. And so this song does offer that for someone. So it has this like bouncing beat, and it's a really great like dance track where it also has, a positive and really important message. So, you can have that groovy dance pop beat. And then if you're someone who likes emotive and meaningful songs, you can also get something out of it very inspirational from this track as well. So it's got something for everyone. It's like, it has these supercharged beats that blend perfectly with her sassy and like facetious lyrics. So, there's also this part in the song where the beat drops down and it's slow and it's got this like bouncy sound that kind of pairs well with like the lyrics of empowerment that she puts out. Like it goes, the lyrics are, "I'm picky and I like that. I know what I want and I don't hear a ticking clock, so I don't need you to set me up with your doctor's third cousin's prime delivery guy." And like, it just pairs so well with the melody of that part. And I don't know if it's not really actually the chorus, but it kind of like precedes the chorus in one of the verses. But I just like the pairing of the music and the lyrics in that particular part of the song. But sarcasm aside, this song is fun, it's poignant, it's emotional, and all while still keeping this like sultry dance beat that's really fun. And so, you could hear it in the club, or I don't know, like you could hear it. It's like a fun summer song, even though it has been out for a while, but I think it's still like a good song for summer, and it's very dancey and it's got that, that fun beat to it. The track has also been compared to like Katy Perry and a sassy Ava Max. I don't know Ava Max. I'd have to check her out to learn a little bit more. But to me, I would liken her more to Kesha, because I feel like she has that humor and sarcasm while also being completely like vulnerable, honest, and emotional. That's what I think of when I think of Kesha, and I kind of that was brought to mind in this particular song. So, and it's all against like these delectable dance beats. So it's a really great mix of lyricism and, just fun music. Also, if you are someone who appreciates music videos, the song has a humorous video that drives the message home as well. And I thought that was a pretty funny video. I won't give too much away, but it's funny because at the end, she does wind up like marrying herself, and it really conjured up images of the Sex and the City episode. I think I actually Googled this because I wasn't sure what episode it was, and it was season 6, and it's called A Woman's Right to Shoes. And I was, I thought of this because in that episode of Sex and the City, Carrie goes to a baby shower, and then her like beloved open-toed silver Manolo Blahniks are stolen, and then like her friend doesn't care because she's like only concerned about like, her life, and she feels like Carrie's being upset about the stolen shoes is nonsense because, like this lady's like married and has kids, and then like, it's kind of like she's almost being ridiculed for being single and caring about like expensive shoes when, it's important. It's kind of like her children in a way because she loves them. She loves her clothes, she loves her shoes, and then she gets them back by announcing that she's getting married to herself and has a registry with the shoes on them that she lost. Sorry for the deep dive into Sex and the City, but that's basically what happened. Basically, that's visual had popped into my head when I was watching this video. So, but if you are someone who's into music videos, I would recommend checking it out. And I can also leave a link to the YouTube video in the show notes on our webpage. But, enough about me chatting now. I'm going to play you the song. So without further ado, here is I'm Good, Thanks by Mackenzie Dayle.
I watch your shows in one and I sleep in when I want to. In the sheets I didn't fight for in the bedroom. Yes, I'm at this wedding on my own. No, not getting up to catch a bouquet. I don't want your grandson's number in my phone. Cool. Your brother's ex-girlfriend's neighbor's best friend is also single. I'm good, thanks. I'm good, thanks. Why you even ask? It's good. I'm good, thanks. I'm picky and I like that. I know what I want and I don't hear a ticking clock, so I don't need you to set me up with your doctor's third cousin's prime delivery guy. I'm good, thanks. I'm good, thanks. Why you even ask? It's good. I'm good, thanks. I'm not a man either, I'm not afraid either. And if I found someone who'd make my life better, I'd settle down with them, but I'm not settling, no. I'm good, thanks. I'm good, thanks. I'm good.
We would love to know what you think about Mackenzie Dayle and her track, I'm Good, Thanks. You can tell us in a comment on the podcast webpage. You can also leave an audio comment at the link in the episode summary. For more information on Mackenzie Dayle, you can like her on Facebook and follow her on Instagram and TikTok. On Instagram, she is at the handle Mackenzie Dayle. That is MackenziEDayle. On Facebook, her page is Mackenzie Dayle Music. That is all one word. MackenziEDayle Her TikTok handle is at Mackenzie Dayle. That is the @ MackenziEDayle. If you're looking for more new music, be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you get the latest updates on our artist features. You can also find more music features on our website at www.eatsleepbreathemusic.com. That is EATSLEEPBREATHEMUSIC.com. Thanks for listening and see you in the next episode.
Thanks so much for listening to the Eat, Sleep, Breathe Music podcast. To find new music and learn more about what we do, you can check out our website at www.eatsleepbreathemusic.com.